Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So, very fun episode today because I have two important managers from Turtle Wax here for an interview. I'll be asking them a bunch of awesome questions. So, let me introduce them to you first. So, on my left, I have Michael Schultz. He's the chemist and senior vice president of R&D over at Turtle Wax. So, hi, Mike. And on my right, I have Daren Herbert. He's the Chief Marketing Officer over at Turtle Wax. Hi, Daren.
How you doing?
Thank to both of you guys for being on the show. And yeah, we're going to ask some crazy questions today because many of my viewers already saw the videos of my reviews, but we're discussing the new Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine, the improved formula, and also the improved formulation of the popular Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax. So many questions that I know I have. I'll be speaking on behalf of my viewers as well, because I know they have a bunch of questions too. You guys, both of you, I hope you saw my review video of the new Ice Seal and Shine. I was quite impressed. I also had the chemical resistance test, which I want to dig into a little bit with you guys about why this guy can resist pretty much everything in the kitchen sink that I threw at it. That really impressed me. But so I'll hand over the talking points to you guys. First of all, let me start by asking, so that there's this new formula of the Ice Seal and Shine, but if you guys remember, my viewers, in my 2019 Car Detailing Products Awards video, it took first place for the best spray-on paint sealant. So my question to you, maybe the first one, is why improve something that was already so good? If you can maybe tell us, why did you guys go ahead with that improved formula?
Well, I think one of the reasons that Daren had asked us to do this is because, number one, a lot of our competitors, it's a highly competitive market, as you know, and Daren has always wanted us to stay on the top of our game to make sure that we, once people notice that your product is that good, there's always Me Too's products that come out. We want to make sure we're at the top of our game and that we're always providing the best performance out there. The other thing is we listen to you. We listen to our customers, our consumers that are using the product, and we hear you. One of the things I believe that you brought up was some of your followers are saying, how come there's no UV inhibitors, or how did you choose where to go? Actually, I said I give a lot of credit to this formula to Fred Joseph, because this actually started out as a sealant that was basically to be used prior to put something out before you put another wax on there to seal the surface, to put on a wax. So it was really kind of a base, and also to give really high hydrophobic properties to the finish of the car. They have the water just roll right off. Some of the things that we heard from you is you mentioned about the UV inhibitors. Well, since we decided to upgrade the formula, we listened to you and to a lot of the people out there, and we added that. Just so you know, we use the same UV inhibitors that are typically found in automotive paint.
Oh, really?
So the same hindered-mean light stabilizers, the UV absorbers that go into your clear coat and into your base coat to stop polymer degradation, we actually put into the Seal and Shine. So that becomes a great sacrificial barrier at the surface, first line of defense. The other thing we did is we upped the actives in the formula to actually improve it more over the existing formula, again, to ward off competition coming after us, and also knowing that we could give our consumers a better formula. We wanted to do that. The other thing that we heard is, and I'm not much on fragrances, but we had a bath and body wash type of fragrance in there, and a lot of consumers didn't really like something
in the original formula.
With that. Yeah, in the original formula. So we changed the fragrance to, you said it was a light fruity scent?
That's what I feel it smells like, the new one. There must be something fruity in this. I don't know.
It is.
What would you qualify it as being?
We call it's actually an acai fragrance. It's a very light and great fragrance that works with the formula. The big thing we want is when our consumers are using our product, we want them to use all their senses to experience the performance of our product. We want them to be able to see the shine, feel the slickness, smell this great aroma while they're putting on, to make car care enjoyable to do that, and actually experience the great performance or transformation of their car from something looking okay to something that looks absolutely fantastic, which, by the way, you do a great job of showing in your episodes as well.
Thank you. While I have you there, is there any way, without revealing any industry secrets, but I know many of the people who have seen this in other YouTube videos as well, they've seen the insane chemical resistance. Now, for me, that's awesome. I have a biochemical background and I love chemistry. But is there anything that you can say about Sealant Shine? Why is it so good? Because I threw pretty much everything in the kitchen sink at it. We're talking wheel cleaners, iron removers, high pH level, cleaner degreasers. I mean, the beading, the sheeting is still there. The bond seems to be super durable. Does it have anything to do? Because I noticed also on the front label, you guys mentioned now that there's Carnauba wax in it, but also for the first time, I think the SiO2 or ceramic component plus hydrophobic polymers. So what can you say about this that makes it so chemically resistant?
Again, we looked at the formula and we actually upgraded. The SiO2 was actually always part of the formula. We just never called it out. We weren't sure the consumers were ready for that at the time of the product launch. We wanted to stay focused. The Sealant Shine, as far as the chemistry goes, part of the secret for why this product works so well is the product is very well focused at what it does. It's focused at giving you the super hydrophobic coating on the surface. The other thing, and not revealing any secrets, but what we can do better than other companies is we can put a tighter web of protection on the finish. Yeah. So the best way to explain that is if you looked at molecules per square inch on your finish, we're cramming more molecules of super hydrophobic polymer per square inch on your car than other people can do. So that becomes a tighter web of protection. Our sales group,
so a tighter weave, like a basket.
Yeah, tighter weave of protection. So it's one of the things I tell the salespeople is think of it as a mosh pit. Think of a mosh pit with 1,000 people. You throw yourself on it, you're going to get held up. But if you got 10 people, what's going to happen? Lots of luck. You're going to fall to the floor. So we have a tighter web of protection there that just withstands. It doesn't allow the chemical, like the chemicals from aggressive environmental conditions to get through the coating.
So call me, by the way, I love this, and I'm sure my viewers are looking at it and like, wow, we're getting some insight. I love it. Call me crazy, but is it possible too? What I noticed with the improved formula, it seems to be a bit slicker to the touch. Is that just my brain playing games compared to the original formula?
That's the Carnauba wax that we added that adds a little bit of that traditional slickness and shine. Again, we're listening to our consumer. We're listening to people like yourself, because you pick out all the nuances of the formula that we may not have noticed, but you bring out that we need to address. So it's a great partnership that we have as a consumer and a manufacturer to be able to listen to each other and deliver on those promises.
So Daren, let me go on to you, because Mike just touched on something that's important. And so my viewers, they leave tons and tons of comments under the videos, and I get emails and DMs and messages on social media, and they're super implicated, and I love them for that. But you guys seem to be reading those comments as well, because I've known in the past, well, you also responded to a few comments, but you take those to heart. And when you say you guys actually listen to feedback, I can tell that that's true. So how important really is that in your development process? And if you can also maybe talk about what many of them need to know is there's that new hybrid solutions line, which I think is your high-end level, but doesn't mean that the ice line isn't as popular or doesn't have any good quality. So maybe you can touch on the positioning of ice lineup in your guys' lineup.
Well, first of all, I'm happy that Mike didn't actually tell you what the formula was, because he's in R&D. They usually do. I was holding my.
I had a pen and paper ready to take notes.
No, and I'll just say about Sealant Shine. And I'm not a chemist, but I pay attention. But I think that product is made differently than any of our other wax products. It is a little bit of a beast to control it. And what Mike and the R&D team have done, then it's very powerful chemistry that they have fine-tuned to be able to handle. It could be even more extreme, but then you would run into issues of streaking or too difficult to apply, or a number of other things, and that finding that balance between shine and slickness and durability is what they've done with a very, very powerful chemistry. And so it's kind of in a nutshell the way I look at it. but it's different technology than any of our other wax products. So it's very unique. As far as reading comments, yes, I love to get on and read comments. I laugh I laugh sometimes because people ask me, especially on reviews of products, I call that a poor man's market research. Because the consumer can write 3 paragraphs about why they like the product or why they don't like the product, and it makes really sense to pay attention and read it. And sometimes you could get into there's people that that love the brand so much that they overlook any imperfections, and then there's people who are super critical. And you weed through that, but most of the time I find that a lot of the consumers are telling you how they're using the product. If they're running into a problem using it, are they getting, for example, too much streaking? Are they over applying? Or are they blaming the product? What I don't like is when I get blamed that you bought it from Amazon and the bottle breaks. Then I'm like, okay, I can't control that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's critical nowadays, because your videos, because others doing what you're doing. It is, if you're not reading these comments and not paying attention, you're going to be behind. And there's so much competition out there these days. You're asking, why are we innovating products that have only been up a few years? First of all, the innovation is really is crazy right now of what's in the marketplace and what you're about to see in the marketplace. It's not sitting idle. We're not looking at the same Carnauba waxes that were for the last 10 to 15 years that were making the difference. The technology is advancing, and we're trying to stay up with it. And so you will see us continue to touch our products when we need to keep them relevant and keep them strong and keeping the consumer happy with those. So that's important to us.
The hybrid solutions line, which I think is your top tier lineup right now of products, that is fantastic. I've reviewed a few on my channel, like the ceramic spray coating that I absolutely love. But that doesn't mean that the ice line isn't good, right? Like, people are wondering, does that make the ice line obsolete? And you guys have proven that no, because you're upgrading the formula. So where would you say this sits in your entire range of products over at Turtle Wax?
I can't tell you.
I was waiting for him to answer this one. I'm going, this one's getting good. You is
the ice spray wax and Seal and Shine are totally going forward with the company. I can't tell you in the very near future that there might be some different ways that we position it, but it is very much. Of course, I don't know if we're gonna edit this part, Kelly. Sorry, but yeah, there is very much plans of moving that line into a more place. I'll let you know, ice does not exist globally. Yeah. It's a U.S. brand, yeah. So you don't have it in Canada, you don't have it in any other part of the world. So we're looking at a way to roll that up brand-wise into a different position that you'll see coming into next year.
Awesome. Yep. So, well, thank you for your honesty. Okay, because I know that the people just love the ice line, and it's something that's absolutely great. In the UK, for those of you guys who are watching, I know it's called the hydrophobic sealant, right?
Yes.
Okay, so is it this, for those of my viewers who want this made clear, is it the same formulation? Because some say that they are 2 completely different products. It's just the name that changes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they are getting the same seal and shine.
And the confusion was because, again, they had tried the ice line years ago and it didn't work. And since we still had it under the ice line in the US, that's why it has a separate name. So going forward, because when we launched the hybrid line is global. It is everywhere we are, 120 plus countries. There is no separation. You will see us as a company, as a brand, align all of our brands the most we can globally, because again, somebody like yourself is talking globally, and that we don't want any confusion going down the road. But that was because of just different markets and the ice brand.
Got you.
I think the best thing to say, Daren, and I was listening to what you're saying. First of all, ice was launched in 2006, and ice liquid was the first polish wax that could be used in direct sunlight on a hot surface, and on a hot surface, rain or sun, and could be used on plastics, paint, all exterior surfaces. And that carved out a niche for us. What came after the liquid was the spray wax. And one of the things that people notice about the ice spray wax is its durability. We had some unique ingredients in there where normal spray wax would last maybe a couple of weeks to 2 or 3 weeks. We were getting months of out of the ice spray wax. So it continued with the ice branding because ice was our premium brand at the time. Now the brand like I said, has been out since 2006. And what we do is we have created a loyal following of ice users. Yeah. Well, we don't want to deprive those ice users of the latest technology. So we have to keep those products up for those people that continue to look for it because they're good products. And they've proven the test of time and been around for, I don't know, 14 years.
That doesn't make me any younger because I remember that first bottle. I've been detailing for like 23 years now, and we're not getting any younger, are we?
Yeah.
By the way, Mike, I know a lot of fans love combining both because people often ask me if I apply Seal and Shine, okay, fantastic. Mm-hmm. It lasts super long and it has that slickness. It has great gloss, the hydrophobic properties. But of course, these are detailing fans and they want to know how to maintain this or keep it running to optimal performance. And we often recommend the ice spray wax as a topper, which, as Daren was hinting, is kind of a new thing now. We want to know how we can maintain or boost the properties of existing paint protectants. So why do these two play well together? And what does the ice spray wax layering on top of this add? So what benefits do we get by adding ice spray wax on top?
Okay, first of all, like I said, I like Ice Seal and Shine as a base because it is, like I said, as far as durability, it's unsurpassed for chemical resistance. So by putting that on and then following with ice, I mean, Daren was talking about using too much and getting some streaking or in the finish. When you use ice on top of that is this velvet, smooth Carnauba wax feel. The gloss is very deep. It adds a hint of what we call jetness or richness or darkness to the finish.
Yeah.
The Carnauba wax, if you have any hairline scratches or imperfection, fills that in. So the two of them work really well together. This one is a base, this one is a topper. And with the convenience of a spray product, so you could actually put this one product on, the Ice Seal and Shine, and then follow with the ice spray wax and really make the car look like you spent all day detailing, but actually doing it in like 30 minutes. So
and the original formulation of the Seal and Shine, I was getting, and I think many of my viewers too, 5 to 6 months of real world durability, which was very, very good. What can we expect as far as durability is concerned with the improved formula of Seal and Shine?
Well, I think one of the things we addressed with the Carnauba wax is you can use a little bit more with less streaking. I think you're going to see durability in our tests. Actually, we do our own torture tests, which I think is going to add at least another couple months of durability to the formula.
Wow.
Because we put it side by side and we tortured the hell out of it, and basically the new formula came out on top. That one, Daren was twisting my arm in the lab to get that one done very quickly. So we did that because, again, we want that product to be accepted by the consumer. We want them to come back and be loyal users to the Seal and Shine. So we're not leaving anybody high and dry on any of those formulas. We will continually improve those formulas to keep those loyal users happy.
And for the spray wax itself, what did you guys do to the improved formula? And what can we expect as far as durability maybe for that one if they want to use it as a standalone paint protectant?
Well, one of the things we're trying to do is create a signature scent. You'll see that the Ice Spray Wax and the Ice Seal and Shine have the same acai fragrance. So you'll always be able to tell that those two are related. We actually boosted the durability because obviously there's a lot of loyal users of Ice Spray Wax. So we didn't want them disappointed. So we boosted the super hydrophobic polymers in that with a little bit more wax. So we actually put a lot of money back into the formula, and we really didn't raise the price. We just want to keep our consumers happy. So there's extra Carnauba wax, there's extra super hydrophobic polymers in it. It's a new fragrance to tie it into the Ice Seal and Shine. So if you're using Ice Seal and Shine and then the Ice Spray Wax as a topper, you're getting the same scent. So
are they getting increased durability if people combine both of these products together?
Yes.
Boosting the looks and appearance of the product.
I think the big advantage of the Ice Spray Wax is not only are you boosting durability, but Ice Spray Wax allows you to come back and touch up the car a lot easier than going with Seal and Shine. So once you get the Seal and Shine barrier coating down there with all the UV. Every time you wash, like I will not wash my car without putting a spray wax or something on the car to boost the shine and durability. I mean, if you think about it, a spray wax, a spray sealant, you can do it in 5 to 10 minutes. And a well-maintained car is easier to spray wax. You just a couple of mist and wipe it down, and the car looks fantastic. So we wanted that consumer that was a loyalist to the ice spray wax to be able to be happy to be able to reuse that as often as they like without any trouble of building up like a seal and shine would.
Yeah.
So
can you, I know Daren spoke about it a bit before as well. So either Daren or Mike, with the original formula of Seal and Shine, I never had any streaking issues. I mean, I've been detailing for 23 years. I like I tell my viewers, always read the label for the instructions. And that's why in my tutorial as well, I went through the whole steps of how to apply this correctly. But for those who maybe skip on reading that, or if they over apply and they do get a bit of streakiness, what is the trick that you guys would give? Because I often give that wet towel wipe to help relieve some of the streakiness, but is there anything that you guys would recommend, or is that what you guys also say?
Well, like I said, the rule of thumb is just when you can only build up so much of our polymer, super hydrophobic polymer on the finish to the point where the finish can't hold on to it. So a damp microfiber towel or one of those fleece microfibers to wipe it through really works. Really works well is kind of removing the excess. A spritz of water is usually the trick, and that is enough to kind of remove. Always start with a clean microfiber towel when you do that, so you're not adding more of the wax to that. You're basically leveling and making a more uniform finish. And
do you know why people might be getting some streaking with the original formula? Because for me, like I said, I never had any issues, but I work in a more controlled environment. Yes. But is it because they're over applying? Because I know it's like 1 to 2 sprays max per panel. Don't like oversaturate the panel, right?
Well, I'm guilty of that. I'm one of these guys. If a little is good, a lot is better. But you sometimes learn the hard way. And you know what? A lot of people, they love what they see and they try to add more to magnify the shine. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But it's very simple. You just wipe it down with a damp, clean microfiber towel and you're just fine.
Perfect.
So Pan, I have a really good experience with this. You know, they in building Seal and Shine, they used my car and they must have put 5 coats on my hood. And I was very upset, but I had to go to the airport and go out of town. And when I came back, it was all gone. Well, what happened is it had a few thunderstorms came through, and it self-leveled itself over time. And so, to your point, water is the answer. I mean, if you really way over apply, just wash your car. You know, don't go get another product to try to pull it down. Water is your friend with this product, and it will level out no matter how many coats you put on or if you really over apply.
Exactly. It's not because the product has any defect. That's what I think I want people to understand. Because sometimes they get frustrated, right? And I got this, why? And no, it's not because it's inexpensive that it gives that. It's usually always user error. So it's a very easy to fix solution. So yeah. And what else, Daren, would you like to say for either the spray wax or the Seal and Shine? So you guys have improved both formulas. They can be used as standalone protectants or as a combo, one on top of each other. And what are you most proud of this new improved lineup?
Well, I think on the Seal and Shine, I think I'm proud that there was a lot of listening going on there. You've got a new scent, you've got UV protection added in. You have, which is arguably we did need a little bit more durability, and I think you mentioned some slickness. So I think again we're just trying to keep that product on top. I will tell you, the ice spray wax when it comes to durability is probably even more dramatic from where it currently was to where it's going. And so I will encourage everybody to try out the new ice spray wax because it is fantastic for a wax product. It is very much there's a lot of improvement that has been made on the durability side of that product. So I'm excited. The other thing is we put common language that's used today on the front of that ice spray wax bottle. Just a few years ago, the average consumer didn't know what the word topper, put a topper on. What does that mean? we're using the functionality of that product as a traditional product, which clean the car, put it on, or on top of an existing coating or sealant, and then really adding more usability to that product. It is very flexible in the way you can apply it and use it going forward with all the changes that are in the market.
And you know that my viewers, well, I have viewers all around the world. So this new formula here, they can distinguish it with the yellow tab, improved formula up top. Is this going to be a global global availability eventually? Because I know you guys are starting with the US, but is this moving to other countries as well? Can they expect the improved formula everywhere around the globe?
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
That's awesome. And so, well, we're in these still in COVID semi-confinement situation. We're all from our homes right now. I know things in Montreal have improved here in Canada a bit, and stores have reopened. But you guys still continued R&D through like these crazy times, which is awesome. But I remember when I went to Arizona, one thing that stood out to me when you guys revealed your hybrid solutions line is the R&D that you'd continue to do. And I can be a witness to this, and also are my viewers. The products never stop rolling out, and it's like a vehicle that comes out with a mid-cycle refresh. You guys never seem to sit on your laurels, and you keep on just improving and releasing new products. And like this comes at a crazy cost. For me, it's mind-boggling that you can still offer products like these at such an inexpensive price. And despite COVID times, you guys are still have that like value orientation where you want to make the end user benefit from a low price, but still have that crazy product. How is that even possible in today's economical situation? How do you guys manage to do that?
Can I answer that one? First of all, our R&D is very important. And right now during the COVID-19 situation, we are taking very careful, we are being very careful as far as chemists go in the lab. Only 2 are allowed in the lab at the same time. We are we're wearing masks, gloves, sanitizing everything. But the R&D efforts are very important. And so as far as with what's going on in the world, it's been somewhat seamless with R&D because we're still doing what we need to do. Here's the one thing I was going to share with you is the fact that in our R&D situation, it's simple that as I work on products and my team works on products, and as we work with marketing, every time we make a discovery leads to new opportunities. So every time we are doing experimenting, we'll may see something, go, oh, that's an interesting attribute. We'll have to explore that later. So sometimes when we start on one product, it can lead to 3 others. So it's very important for my people to stay engaged, working on the benches, to working on projects, because I know you're probably looking and going, how do they come up with all these ideas? It's the power of observation. It's the power of working with things, working on cars, seeing, trying one avenue of technology that may lead to something else. I mean, I can tell you that, we can start on a tire shine, and it may lead to other applications. So it's for me, it's almost like a necessary activity for me to keep myself up to date on new technology and also on new opportunities. And then adding in what you provide and your readers provide, or your audience provides, and other YouTubers and questions that come into the company through our website, is very important to see what's happening in the world, looking for new trends, how people are taking care of their cars.
Yeah.
And like I said, we need to keep this activity going on a yearly basis. It's constantly, we're never stopping researching because it's very important to the well-being of our company. And like I said, it's just, I just enjoy working on new products because I always find something new to play with. So,
Pan, the only thing I'll add to that, I mean, this is I would love to sit here and tell you what's coming. I can say it varies. It's not just one set of products. It's products that deal with our current situation in life right now, all the way to the latest, greatest technology in the marketplace. And so over the next 6 months, you are going to see some exciting things coming from Turtle Wax.
Okay, let's see how far I can stretch getting something out of you, Daren.
Daren, you open the door.
I know, and feel free to say, listen, we'll have more, but I know right now the biggest craze. So in the last 5 years, everything ceramic based has been like the go-to, fantastic protection. And where the trend seems to be heading now, but I was waiting for some bigger companies to come up with products such as Turtle Wax, because I thought it was too early on to the game at the end of 2019 or beginning of 2020. I'm sure you know where I'm heading with this. Graphene seems to be the future, or at least the next buzzword or the next component people will try to integrate into their lineups. Now, let me look at your nonverbal. Is there any chance Turtle Wax is either looking into this technology, or can we expect anything in that field? Like I'm seeing like a semi-smile there.
My only answer to you would be anything's possible.
So guys, I don't know if my viewers are watching, if you guys are as excited as me. I don't know. I know Turtle Wax continues to innovate. I don't want you to reveal anything, but I know you guys have open ears and open eyes to what's going on, and I know Mike is fantastic with R&D as well. So who knows what we'll see, but hopefully, if you guys watch the Pan the Organizer channel, you'll find out. We'll be there for the ride. But one thing I want to give you guys kudos to is for all your products, like especially if I look at Sealant Shine, which is one of the focuses today, what I applaud you for is that you guys kept the value proposition despite this economical crisis that we're going into due to COVID. You guys didn't increase. Like, I would be glad to pay 25 to 30 bucks for this because it's that good, and there are products that cost 2 to 3 times that amount that don't even give this performance. But no, you guys still kept that price super low. Like I said, I don't even know how you guys do it, but from me and from all my viewers, because I know many are also going through tough financial times, it's nice to see that there's a brand that still cares and that will not take advantage of a situation like that to crazily increase their pricing and just keep everything affordable and stay true to their core values. And I know value for sure is one of the values of Turtle Wax, right?
Yeah. But, you know, our ops group does a very good job of maintaining components that in this crisis, you're right. Some things have doubled and tripled in cost simply because of shortages. Yeah. But our ops group has done a great job as far as leveraging the relationships that we've had over many years to keep raw material supplies readily flowing. And everybody kind of works very close together to make sure that we're delivering on our promises to our retail partners, and simply from the standpoint that we really believe in what we do, and we put our customers first, and we want to make sure that in all conditions that we are providing the best value and the best performance in the automotive care market.
Absolutely. So in the maybe the final round, guys, is there anything that you want to add before we end the video? I really want to thank you, first of all, for taking your time a day to meet with my audience and just to be very candid and honest about everything that goes on. Is there any last words that you guys want to say?
You know, as a company, we're so committed right now to not only keeping our brand, believe it or not, we're heading next year into our 75th year. Yes. And it's going to be a big year for us, but it's just not marketing and R&D. I mean, we have the whole company, everyone from the sales team to like Mike mentioned, the people in operations and every aspect. It's a company that loves car care, loves working and making great products for consumers. We're still family owned with a lot of loyalty, and we're just excited that you know, people are talking about Turtle Wax, even as old as we are, and I think we're going to be in that conversation for years to go.
Absolutely, and I'll be there along for the ride. It's been amazing this past year and a half to 2 years what you guys have done, and I don't know, I'm just excited about what's to come. And like I say, I'll be there along for the ride, and just thank you for everything that you're doing, by the way. for the car detailing community. You guys are always there. The innovation keeps on going. I love, like you say, the fact that you guys are still a family operated business in a world where consortiums buy pretty much everything that exists, and they're owned by these huge, bigger brands. Turtle Wax just continues on in 75 years. That's insane. And that's a testament to why I think, well, people continue to buy the products and they still enjoy them. And yeah, so one more time, thanks to Michael Schultz, so a chemist and senior VP of R&D, and also to Daren, Chief Marketing Officer, both over at Turtle Wax. Thank you both for being on the show. I love the fact that a brand is as open as you guys and that I can reach out and just ask these questions. And I'm sure my viewers appreciate that. So a thumbs up to everyone. Thanks for being there, guys. Thanks for watching. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.